Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, August 10th, 2023. Somewhere back here, we have Dolly. We have Dolly's ears. I see an ear. She's got that ear up there. Are you gonna follow my fingers? Are you gonna try to bat my fingers? Where's Dolly? Oh, she's looking. Her head's going back and forth. Yeah, I see that ear. I see that ear. Poking over. So how are things? Things are okay around here. There's the face. There's those eyes. I see eyes. I see eyes. Hi. Hello. Yes, there goes that paw. There goes that paw trying to get me. Trying to get me. Yeah. So, I was busy a bit yesterday. So I didn't do too awfully much in game between Tuesday's stream and this stream. What I did do was sit around and let the game run for some text to happen since the last time we met. What did we do last time? Well, last time we set up astronomical data. We got our astronomy going. Ish. This is very, very limited by the rate at which I get rocket fuel, and I'm sorta trying to work on this. It's gonna take some time for me to actually get an actual rocket fuel factory up and running, along with all of the inputs that will be required for the rocket fuel factory. It will take time. Time that I don't necessarily want to completely devote entire streams to, because this will take a while to happen. Now, what I did do as well, besides start like building train station for rocket fuel and not too much else, is I have added another line of train stations to use for my mall. I have another set of inputs. This required removing an entire set of power production. I have relocated and upgraded to the level 2 stuff over here. And there's two of this. Basically, it's this. That's all level 2 that I have over here. It's this setup, copied and pasted twice. Copied and pasted twice. I still need to, like, come over here, finish placing all of the solar collectors, because I need a few solar collectors, and I think I just got enough to go over and finish placing all of these. We also got chassis 4 and have added additional hangar 3s. So I now have a larger building area around me, a larger logistics construction zone that is around me, and the ability to have, 175 robots active at the same time, though apparently not when I'm in a locomotive. So this does mean that I do have more power production than I originally had. Now that all that's done, now have more than what I replaced, or that what I destroyed. That's nice. Upgrades. Upgrades are always really nice. This number will go up a bit once all the collectors I just placed are moving, once all that is sorted. So last time we met, in addition to setting up the astronomy data, I cleared a couple of checkpoints, and we got through, actually, we got through one of our mission objectives as well last time. So last time we met, I was able to launch a bunch of drones that converted tiles from exotic tiles into like brown tiles, brown landfill tiles. And that counted towards a terraforming requirement, and we actually were able to get through the entirety of the terraforming requirement last time. It was easy, actually, to get through it once you know, hey, when you launch these things, you have to convert the exotic tiles, and fortunately we happen to have quite a bit of exotic tile nearby as Dolly grooms behind me. She's grooming. We also set up a little spot here with electrolysis that's venting oxygen into the atmosphere. So the oxygen requirement is also slowly rising. Once this hits 100%, I don't have to worry anymore about the oxygen and venting oxygen. It's just we have to get it to 100%. Okay, all that being said, as far as techs are concerned, I got through the Asteroid Mining 1 tech and the Biochemistry tech, as well as I have done Nuclear Power 2, meaning that now there are some checkpoints that are available, but there's still additional techs that I need to finish researching. In particular, this Inserter Capacity 6, which uses astronomical data, and then these other two techs that actually don't use any astronomical data. This checkpoint should, I think, be completely cleared the moment it becomes available, which will let me continue down the biology line. But there are some other checkpoints that I would like to get through because they're pretty easy. Now this Produce Chassis 4, that's automatically going to clear. This is going to be a little bit of a hell. A bit annoying to get through. This will be extreme annoyance to do this. And then this, we need to consume a guide copper drone. Yeah, we have to land copper, and that's what we will ideally do today, is land copper. It's really dumb that we have to get the resource before we can even research the processing of that resource with copper production. Like, that is just dumb and bad. Like, the checkpoint, this checkpoint makes sense. This checkpoint, I disagree with its existence. Like, come on. Like, some of these checkpoints, it's like, do the obvious thing that you need to do, the extremely obvious thing that you need to do. And you are not allowed to progress further until you have done the extremely obvious thing that you need to do. Like, huh? Anyway, stuff and things. We need to build / we need to place, unfortunately, another of these. We need another silo, which also means needing more rocket fuel. Unfortunately, we will need more rocket fuel. This, however, will not be requesting satellites. It will be requesting something else. In fact, it will very specifically be requesting Asteroid Miner 1. Asteroid Miner 1. Now this... gosh, this check Is there like an anything, everything? I wish it was an each. I wish there was an each here. That's just stupid. Because otherwise I need like a whole bunch of filter inserters. And some really stupid logic. If any of the input signals meet the condition, it will output true. So I'm unsure about stack sizes. Let's say that I don't want any more than 10 of any item in the chest, and that it will disable when there are 10 items of a given type in this chest, of any type in this chest. I'm pretty sure... Wait, disabled by control behavior? What? What? Right, because it's not giving me a value, it's giving me a true false, so it's saying that false is less than or equal to 10 rather than 0. Uh, this very specifically says that it returns false when there are no inputs, not true. This tooltip very specifically says that it is supposed to return false when there are no inputs. Not true. Everything says it is true when there are no inputs. For everything. If all input signals meet the condition, it will output true. I'm not sure exactly how this behaves. I wish I had access to each. It's so dumb that we don't have access to each. Like, why do we not have access to each? It will just add up everything. Ah. It would be nice if it were simple to be like, okay, well, if any individual item is equal to or greater than, or, less than set value, that it should be on when any particular item is less than set value. Uh, It's not smart enough for that. So we have to do stupid things, I guess. Stupid things that I don't really care about. We're just gonna not have the circuit condition on this. Then it'll just go and be free for all time. Might want to make this like an active provider chest so that the stuff just goes away. Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb and stupid, and I hate it. We need a lot of inputs. A lot of very expensive inputs. I'm going to put that out there. Hey, this is not ideal. Boxed construction bot 3s. Astronomical data boxes. Satellites. Pretty sure I'm not boxing the bot 3s. Where are Constructo bots? Constructo bots, there you are. Hi. Come on down, get boxed. Go in here. Gosh, this is just going to make my astronomical data production even slower than it currently is. Wait, I just straight up missed one. Okay. Alright then. And then the best part about this is that even when we launch this asteroid miner, it's only going to have like a 10% chance of returning the one thing that I actually want. Ah, yeah, that's the best part about this. Once you launch the thing, it's only a 10% chance to get copper. It's also a 10% chance to get uranium as well. None of the other stuff I actually need. It's just that. It's just those two, copper and uranium. So what would be great is, you know, if we had the ability to convert those things, those not correct ore types, like, you know, back into asteroid miners. Because, yeah, I would like to have an automated way of dealing with the stuff that I don't actually need. Thanks. Because the last thing I want in an automation game is something that is required to not be completely automated through the entirety of the game, the rest of the game. You know? That's just stupid. So, yes, that is exactly why there is a method to convert back here. It's just you need to get into my asteroid mining 2 before you're allowed this process. At least it's here. At least it exists, where you are able to convert your guide drones back into asteroid miners. Now this is for guide drone 1s. Once we get our miner 2s, there's only one way to get into miner 2. So unless that miner 2 just gives me these guide drone 1s, like why do the guide drones have a number after them if they don't have a level 2? Excuse me? Like, hello? Ah, it's here. At Asteroid Mining 3. Where we will be able to... Oh, this is not right. This is not what I was expecting. So, you can convert your excess level 1s back into asteroid miners. That's great. That's fine. But when it comes to the level 2s, this is just upgrading the level 1s to level 2s on here. You get 40 guide drones to convert to a level 2. Excuse me, but where's my Unless this gives me 1s. You know what? This gives me 1s. This gives me level 1s. Why an Asteroid Miner 2 gives me level 1 mines. Mine drones, whatever. Why that's the case, I don't know. But, yeah, at least it's higher percentage chance. We get a 40% chance of copper and a 30% chance of uranium. So that's nice. I have no idea why I would need any of the level 2s of these, any of these upgrades. at all. To create the large patches. Uh, Outside of copper and uranium, because all the other things I have like infinite density on the map. I don't need to worry about adding additional density to existing ore deposits on this map because of my map settings being actually useful map settings. So I just will need the copper and I will need the uranium, and that's probably the only things I'll do with the copper and the uranium for the level 2s. Probably will never make anything other than that for the level 2s. Alright, how are we looking? Do you have a thing? No. No, of course not. How about you? Do you have stuff? No, of course not. Of course not. So the question is, would I rather my rocket fuel boxes be going into here / into here? How many rocket fuel boxes do you need? 50! Because I will need it here to launch this rocket. I'll need it here to launch this rocket. And I will need it in here to get these. But I also need to make sure that I launch for astronomical data boxes. Right? We might actually just have to do that rocket fuel factory today. My hand may be forced. That being said, however, there are other things to worry about for checkpoints, such as consuming 5,000 high-pressured steam before you are allowed boiling 4. Okay. High pressure steam. This, I think, is easy. Boiler. Do you have high pressure steam recipe in regular boiler? No. Heat exchanger. 1. No? Do I not have heat exchanger like 2, 3, 4, whatever? Heat exchanger 2. What? Did I never make? Did I never build better heat exchangers? Heat exchanger 2. Heat exchanger 3. Go gadget heat exchangers. High pressure steam. Heat exchanger 3 and boiler 2 are required. Woohoo. So the idea here is you can use like your nuclear to produce the heat required for the high pressured steam. But I'm gonna try to avoid that at all costs. Min temperature 500, that may be required. Yeah, that's a thing. Hi, you go to 500, don't you? You go to 400. Ah, da 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 ba da. So that's just a hard requirement, isn't it? And it's just a hard requirement. That sucks, unless 400. You get 400C from Geothermal Plant 3. There's also Stirling Engine 3s that I should probably be making as well. But, see, I can't make these at scale yet. Since, yeah, those requirements are rather extreme. Rather extreme. I'm only just at the point where I can consistently make, like, or even semi-consistently make the level 2 solar collectors and Stirling engines, let alone being able to make level 3s at this point. Like, just barely at 2s. Oh, God. Okay, well, this is going to be hell. So we have to consume the steam, and the best way to consume the steam is going to be to throw it into freaking priority turbines. Boop, boop. How many? What's the fuel value of this crap? Wow, that's a lot of high pressure steam that you can make per second. Holy God, okay. 20 kilojoules. I need 4 turbines in a line for this. Of the level 2 turbines. Okay, since that's gonna need, yeah, it's gonna be 80 on the last one, since each one of these will only be able to consume 300 units per second of the fluid produced out of this one building. Yeah, 19.6 megawatts out of this one setup. However, we do need 500 degrees C temperatures. And the only way to hit 500 C is nuclear, as far as I can tell, at this moment in time. That is our only way. So, since we do have to do nuclear, there is this thing. This other checkpoint that's rather important. So we're gonna set up... Breeder cell. Hello? What building? Nano fabricators. With helium? With helium. Helium. Compressed helium, I might add. Okay. So I have this over here. I am going to copy it. The whole dang thing. I'm going to place it right over yonder. I'm going to have to get rid of these. Not that one. That one. And I'm going to have to... Constructobots are going to construct for me. I'm going to have to apply that to the argon from here. And then we have another step. Oh, that's the mirrored. In order to actually process helium from trace gas. Alright, so these 12... like 10? 10 compressed trace gas? The argon is also 24 kilojoules. Oh god. Times 100. 224. 240. 240. 2.4 megs. So that... I'm gonna upgrade that, and it should absolutely be enough, I think, by itself. That should clear 100, right? More than. Alright, this building is able to process 6 trace gas. And we have 10.75, so there we go. Ooh, that's right, I need to try to avoid as best I can at this moment in time. That has fuel value, right? No. Oxygen reduction, 20%. Great. Methane does not. Hold up. The game has been telling me in these tooltips the entire time what actually affects oxygen. Can I get like... See, I would like this to actually have the tooltips for these various fluids. Like, come on, game. Come on, now. Ethylene. Can't get voided? Methane can, though. Methane itself has 800% oxygen reduction effect. Oxygen reduction, 800% for methane. 200% for carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide compressed is not listed. I'm sorry, what? So you're saying that venting CO2 has no impact on the oxygen score. Venting hydrogen and methane and quote-unquote other reducing agents will counteract some oxygen. The monoxide does. The volcanic gas does. Dioxide does not, so I guess it's stable. Hydrogen is 50%. Compressed hydrogen, I guess, is more. The ammonia is 100%. Really? What about, like, sulfur dioxide? That should probably also count. It's all very interesting, but I don't have a choice. I have to get rid of it through venting. That is compressed methane, yeah? Yes. That it be, that it be. Cool, so we have 5.66 helium. Ish. Ish. Not even. We have close to 1 to 1. We have created our first breeder cell. Woohoo. The first one. It's beautiful. Okay then. Where's the thingy? Reactor. Nuclear reactor. Hello, reactor. This is in no way, shape, or form even remotely close to being efficient. But all I need is to consume the high pressure stuff, as well as to consume the spent cells. So I'm going to request breeder cells here, and then the breeder spent cells are processed in distilleries with water. Where's that spent cell? Inventory. I would think the spent cell would be like at the end of the list, but apparently not. Spent cell that I totally saw that I picked up. Where are you? There. Put that in there. I need to like process 5, right? 25. Great, and it's going to take a good while for this temperature to actually increase. So we're going to be here a sec. I also need water. Wah 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 wah. We need some wah wah. Here's wah wah. I will make additional wah wah for this. There's that. A distillery. Distillery, I need you to distill and reprocess that thing. And just because all we're doing is trying to clear a checkpoint here, yeah. Thanks. That's all we're doing. Oh, hey, and it's productive as well, so at least there's that. Yeah. So, yes, this does mean that I am effectively just venting tritium at this point, but I don't see a reason not to. So that we can get through these checkpoints here, like consuming 5,000 high-pressured steam. That's like 6 seconds of total production from this thing. As long as I have the water for it, which... That's better. That... Really? Really? Yeah, those are good, I think. That's a hydro plant too. Nya 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 nya. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's correct. That's far more accurate. Almost to 500 degrees. This will go all the way up to 1500 degrees. If only there was something that gave 500-degree heat outside of reactors. If only. If only we had access to boiler 2s, which are about to shortly. That would let me do the high pressure steam. It's glowing. It's glowing blue for the breeder cells that it's consuming. Has that gone through yet? Almost. We're almost there. You, I think, are the last one to reprocess. Yep. We have completed that checkpoint. Which I don't think unlocked anything by itself. It's consuming this that's going to unlock the boiling 4, which lets me make boiler 2s. That will let me do high pressure steam directly through energy, through electricity. Yeah, because there are recipes that involve high pressure steam rather than steam that are actually pretty good recipes. There are actually like recipes using high pressure steam in here that give you stuff that are good stuffs. We have desalination. Ah yes, we have done the thing. The high pressure steam thing is done. Good. Gib. As I was saying, 7 high pressure steam. This is a very good throughput mechanism for like brine, you know, for like brine. And then there's electrolysis from high pressure steam into a bunch of hydrogen and oxygen. And there's this benzene reforming using high pressured steam and butadiene using high pressured steam. And you can decompress it into steam and convert it back into compressed steam. It's like compression for steam. It's compression for steam. And we will have that ability as compression for steam. So, yeah, unless I want to keep this going, which I most definitely do not. I'm getting rid of all of that. Goodbye. We got through those checkpoints. That's all I particularly care about. We did the thing. The thing that, as far as I'm aware, at this point in time is completely optional. We just need, like, one. Need one to build a thing. Start building the thing as soon as I get that. All right. You need 50. Build that, and the reason why I did that was so that I could get the astronomical data boxes sent here. We need 10 data boxes. I think this gives what, 25? How many do you give? 50. You give 50 boxes of astronomical data. That should send at least enough to do the first thingy here. At that point, like, as I get the remaining rocket fuel to launch this thing, we're still a little ways away before this launches, but we could save scum. We could save, launch it, and reload if we don't hit that 10% to get copper. And I think that that's what I'm gonna do. To the point where, since I don't want it to automatically do the thing, I'm actually not going to have that request the asteroid miner at this moment in time. Anyhoozle. Cool. That, like, stops the helium over here, by the way. The helium is just gonna... Or this is just gonna fill up, and then we're not gonna consume any more of these breeder cells for the moment. But I do need breeder cells. I need that production to stay because we're going to be using them as an ingredient for something else. I don't, like, want to do nuclear, like, at all. Okay, what are we going to do? Well, there are other things. So, biology, specifically biochemistry exists. We're going to need to build the biolab, and we're going to need to do, like, pretty much all of these other recipes involving amino acids, fatty acids, and nucleotides, as well as sugar from glycerol and oxygen. Oh god, I make glycerol here in the mall. Only. No, the mall will not be the place where I do this. So I'll need to make glycerol wherever I do that thing. And... just trying to think. So I have to set up the lab. Where's the lab? Why is the lab not on this page? Because it's made in a different machine from the medium assembler. Must be made in a large. Large. Da big boy. Gib the lab. That's the lab. The biological laboratory. The laboratory. Come on. Science. Science! We must science. We actually have everything. Who'd have thunk it? Wow. Alright. As that's getting made. New tab for biology science. We will need... It's not in this tab. That sucks. It is over here in biology. We need biochemistry samples. That's what this thingy is. We want one of them, ideally. At least. Oh, that's going to be a few things. That's some boxed chemical and electrical prototypes. To make one. Sugar! We can't do it as boxed yet, so we have to, like, box it, and then we'll have to do this, and this, and this. Joy. Joy and bliss. That's a bit of propane. Oh god. Oh god! Why are there so many buildings? What's the tech costs? What's the tech costs? 50. 80. 100. It will increase the further that we get, but at the beginning, 50. 50. So, and 600 seconds per cycle. We are not intended to have 1 per second. That is most definitely not a thing that we are intended to make at this moment in time. We're not even meant to do 0.1, I think, because that's still gonna be very significant amounts of infrastructure on the nanofabricator machines. I think I'm gonna do the 0.1 anyway. I think I'm gonna do 0.1 anyway. because I am looking at the numbers, and those seem somewhat okay, but it's going to be very heavy on chemical sample boxes. It's going to be very heavy. I do not have the production of chemical sample boxes. I have the production technically on the electrical prototype boxes, not chem samples. Not even close. Ah, yes, and we must make sugar as well. So, we need all these other fluids, of which I have methanol on the network, I think. Yes, I have methanol on the train network. I do not have glycerol, and glycerol is going to be ECH, hydrochloric, and sodium hydroxide. I have all those things on the train network. I do not have 50 sodium hydroxide, excuse me. Okay, those are some larger numbers. I actually have that much propane provided, and the ammonia for the nitric. So what are we going to do after we eat pie? I haven't given it any thought at all. I don't know. Don't know. What I do know is that I don't have 150 ECH production, and I don't think I have the... I think I do have the 750 spare, so I don't have the sodium hydroxide, and I don't have all of the ECH that I would need for this, and I don't have enough chem samples. So... if we do... Can I... Oh, you can't do math in this. That sucks. If we do it by minute, that would be 0.017, 0.02. I was actually thinking 0.05. But even that's, like, too much on the ECH. So at 0.05, it would be 17, or, 16 and 2/3 minutes of production to complete the first technology once it's built. If I have all of the inputs to last for 17 minutes. Ah. Well, that's the factory, I'm pretty sure, anyway. Pretty sure that is just what it will be. So I just need to build it somewhere. We need a factory place, a spot for factory. Hello, we have spot for factory right here. I have decided that factory will live here, and I'm going to landfill like the whole lake, basically. That's here. A goodbye lake. We don't need no lakes around here. We need 0 lakes. No lakes will exist. No natural lakes anyway. We're gonna make our own where we need them using shallow water. I was actually thinking about that. If these things, if all of these like life things Yeah, these life things will be placed on the on the ground. So when it comes to things like the worms, as long as they're far enough away, they won't be a problem. But when it comes to these arthropods, those are biters. So I'm gonna wanna have full water fill and not shallow water fill so that we can make, islands to put these arthropods on so that they don't hurt me. Because you can totally put biters onto the map and then end up having them just destroy your entire base because you didn't take any precautions. That being said, when the whole point is to clear these checkpoints, and apparently the moment that the checkpoints clear, they are gone and they're cleared forever. You can totally just put only enough arthropods to complete the checkpoint and then kill all of them and never have to worry about them again. I'm pretty sure that that's how this will work. I think that's how this might work. Is you just put down just enough. You put down just enough to complete the checkpoint, and then once you complete the checkpoint or complete the mission in this case, you probably don't need them anymore. And I don't think it is constantly checking whether or not you still have them. So just kill them all. Build them, place them, complete your mission, and then kill all of them. Same with the worms. Anyway, input station. I'm gonna go up here to my in progress station. 1, 2, 3 solids. Oh, right, I can have to break this down. There we go. Still 3 solids. What? There. Boink. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fluids. 5 fluids. Well, wouldn't you know it? There's 5 fluid factories here. Ta-da! That's our train station. I'll import stuff once I have completed all of this. This wonderful factory. Am I even carrying all of the buildings that I need? Of course not. I'm 10 short on nano fabricators. Of course I'm 10 short on the nano fabricators. Why would I have enough nano fabricators? That's just not a thing that is going to like ever be a thing that happens. I will never have enough. Never ever shall I ever have enough. Just in case I need to scale. There's Wawa. That would hurt. No, compressed. There. Save me the effort of having to compress the hydrogen. Priority turbine. Barreling machine. Where do the barreling machines live? Here. There. That's the answer. Reality is that we need lots of oxygen. Okay. Ammonia. And as we get, life in the base, these processes will change. We will be able to biotically obtain a lot of these, like amino acids, fatty acids, and nucleotides. Once we can biotically get them, well, then the scale that's necessary will go down quite considerably, actually. This is 2 inputs from my trains. ECH and HCl. Some ethylene chlorohydrin and hydrochloric acid. Okay, that's on its way. Ooh, boy, that'll be the glycerol. Next, sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Beautiful, glorious sugar. We're gonna need a few buildings. 22, 23. La di 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 da. How many is that? 22. One more. 23. Because this 44 line, I'm pretty comfortable having this 23 line. Because 44, that's going to be in 2 lines of 22. So that 22-23 range is fine by me on width for this factory, especially since this section here, this whole section, It being an edge right now is actually going to be this width from the mall and not this flimsy, this thin width that I had originally. Windows being Windows, apparently at the moment, just brought up Explorer for whatever reason without me actually pushing buttons to bring up a window on Explorer. So yeah, we that is about half the width, so we're good. We're good, and you actually see that's the line right there that'll be going up to here as well. 23 works. Alrighty. Yeah, you just need your... oh yes, you also need sodium hydroxide. Oh god, you need a lot of sodium hydroxide, do you not? Yeah. Yeah, that, um, So, the smart way would be just to redo the top section here with, like, pipe to ground, pipe to ground. This would have to shift up a bit. I can do that here. I can shift you up. And it would be like that, but that to there, this shifted up. How did I manage to screw this up? Flip. And then it's simple. As you can see. This will not be boxed. Could probably make this local, but then you have to deal with chlorine, and I don't want to deal with chlorine. I don't want to have to deal with extra chlorine. But also this, it eats up a bunch of hydrochloric acid, you know. Probably a lot more hydrochloric acid than the sodium hydroxide would make. Question mark. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. It needs way more sodium hydroxide than the amount of hydrochloric is required. Um, so if I were to try to make the sodium hydroxide here, I would still have excessive amounts of extra chlorine to delete. Which means a lot of lime. Get rid of that extra chlorine. And a bunch of extra hydrogen to clear as well in turbines. Regardless. that is that. How much wastewater out of this step? 13. All right, well, next. Nucleotides. Nucleotides eat amino acids, so actually amino acids come first. Oh, god dang it. Why must this be such a pain in the ass? I cannot do this way. I need an extra space. At least it does not need solids. This is 22. Times 2. And I'm gonna need to restock on basically everything quite shortly here. Okay. This is only the one pipe for the oxygen. The ammonia will have 2. And the glycerol. Because, yes, we also need glycerol here. And it's making amino acids. An entire 1 per cycle. 1 entire unit of amino acids every single recipe cycle. Oh, stretch. Stretch. Oh, Bubba. Stretch. There's Dolly. There's Dolly. Hi. Hi, baby. There's the ear. There's that ear of Dolly. Yeah, we got her head poking up over the edge. I am now out of my coffee. Okay. Now we can do this guy. It's the same arrangement. How sad. And we need 21 of these. Ah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That should be 21. Yep. Yoppers, 21. And this is nucleotides. We get 2 entire nucleotides. We also need a solid input. That's not right. The frickin' hell did that happen? And that put the whole thing off kilter. Great. Goodbye, everything. Goodbye, the everything. Okay. Better. Now, how are we going to get a solid input into this thing? Well, we're going to have to use long-handed inserters. I think that's the plan. It's unfortunate that I walk as fast as my bots. Nearly as fast as my bots. Alright, where's the sugar? Sugar! Glorious sugar! How'd I get that extra tile? How did I get an extra tile hooked up? Sugar. Okay. Hook that guy up. Hook, this up. This is methanol, not glycerol. This is our output, and this is the nitric acid from uppies. That's not nitric. This is our other input. Fluid. Methanol. Here. Da 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 da. That leaves one more fluid. What is the other fluid? Propene. Beautiful and glorious. So this should move as soon as the methanol arrives. And that will give me nucleotides. The last thing to make is fatty acids. Why, oh why? Weird. Weird that this is how it was arranged by default. Usually the primary output is here. This building is not rotated in any way. That's just the default rotation. orientation is north, so that's the default. You don't have any solids that you deal with, so it is the same. Except this time it is 22, and I should be 10 short. Exactly 10 short. Alright, oxygen. The last oxygen input. And the propene input. And the methanol input. Another methanol input. There it goes. Fatty acids are getting made. So now we have all 3 of these getting made. I will have to actually split my sugar and box it in a boxer. You here. And now I have to restock. Because from here it's just, you know, a singular building. A singular building. Throwing those 3 fluids in plus 3 solids in and you're good to go. You've got you got biochem samples. I should have a place for the science. The biological sciences, of which there are many. Glorious robots. How many level 2 bots are left? Oh. I see. There are 0 level 2 bots left in the base. There are, in fact, none. None. And the box is full. Okay, then. That is good. That is good. Very, very good. I can make cargo wagon 3s at this point, but I don't want to. I don't actually want to spend robots on making cargo wagons that have no use to me. Like, I have no use for that. At all. I don't need that throughput. I will never need that much extra capacity. It won't be a thing. Oh, I have a request for those? Ugh. Get rid of them. Alright. I should be restocked by now. Now, what this does mean is that I should be able to, like, have a bunch of... Yeah, these. These can get made consistently now. The level 3 labs. Now that I actually have the Logibot 3s online. Get and made. Oh, right. I need, like, a ton. Yeah, there are 6 guide remotes. And they need a whole bunch of the terraforming remotes, which... Like, why? Why is this a thing? Why do we need to build all these stupid things to make these remotes? Like, just make it like a freaking plate. Just like a plate. That's all it actually needs to be, just like a plate. But no, we have to have it be silly mechanics. Gray terraforming remote. Where's that? Gray terraforming remote. Woohoo. We need for you, we need another gray terraforming remote. Is it all gray? No, we need red for you. Red terraforming remote. So we shall need a red. Cool. Red. And how about you? What do you eat? Tan? Beige. We need a beige remote. There's beige remote. And you eat gray, you eat gray. You eat beige, you eat brown, which we have brown, and you eat tan. We do need tan. Hello, tan. Come on down. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And the even dumber part is you only need one of each of these in grand total. You only actually need one. And I'm only ever going to use these two, I think, not any of the others. So they're just going to exist. And that's it. Oh, I don't like the whole thing. The cost, the material cost on them is like, why? Oh, right, we're here. We're here, and I probably have the rocket ready. Yes, the rocket is ready, and we actually have 2 asteroid miners. Okay, we're going to save. And we are going to launch this guy, and there is a 10% chance that we get copper, and a separate 10% chance that we get uranium when this launches. If it does not give me those things, I'm going to reload, and we're going to launch again until we get both of these things in a single launch. We got nothing. We got 0 items from that launch. 0. Nada. We get to probably watch this a whole lot of times because it might take a while. It might take a while. Launched. We got a copper, a bauxite, and a sandstone. We did not get a uranium. We need both. I'm going to do this until I get both copper and uranium. So we're, as I said, it's going to take a while to do this. It's 1 in 100. Because we have to hit 2 1 in 10s. That just gave sandstone. And yes, you can actually do the math to figure out how approximately the odds that it would happen in 100 times, 100 attempts, and yeah, it's like around 63-ish%, but I generally think of it as 2/3 to happen, or odds within the like multiple of the 100 of the odds. It's not actually that. It is closer to around 63%, and it does vary depending on the specifics of the odds and the trials that you are looking at, but in this case, In this case, it'll be about a 63-ish% chance that we have at least one success where we get both of these items within 100 launches. And it goes up from there. Launch of the thing, launch of the thing. Looking for copper and uranium. And yes, that is a example of how many times you'd have to launch a thing until you get both in the same launch. And it's close enough to 2/3 that I usually think of it as 2/3, but it is a little bit less than 2/3. All right, what do we got this time? Just a sandstone. Have we even gotten another copper? I haven't noticed. I'm just like, I don't see green. We haven't gotten a single uranium, I think, yet. I haven't seen a uranium pop. Just saw that copper once. And here we are trying to get both a copper and a uranium on a launch. Here's hoping it happens quickly. Not that time. And yeah, it would take significantly longer than this to have to wait around and actually make 100 of these freaking do like 100 of these launches, or 10 of these launches, at least 10 of these launches. It would take a very long time. That is my alarm to indicate that I am halfway through today's stream. It would be a great time for it to give me the thing so I could take my break and we can move on from this, but we're gonna do this one last launch, and if it doesn't give me the thing that I want, I'm just gonna have it paused and we'll continue after we finish from the break. We will be continuing when I have come back from the break. I will be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. The quest for the simultaneous proc of copper and uranium continues. You know, I should probably save this, like, around here. Like, right before the proc, so that it's calculated more quickly. So that was a uranium and a sandstone, not quite both at the same time. Let's see if it is calculated, like when the calculation happens. Like, is it as soon as it launches, or is it further in? It is as soon as it launches. Oh god, having that happen, if it gives that one more time, then it's beyond, like, just random chance. So I may still have to, like, just have to wait through the entirety. Yeah, we have to wait through the entirety of the thing every single time. That sucks. Can I just point out how bad that actually is? Like, having to sit through the whole thing. At least it's not entirely deterministic, like predetermined, way ahead of time. But it is determined the moment that you put the thing in it. You hit launch. The moment it launches. I'm sorry, what now? Okay, that was finally. That was something different. But that was just a string of uranium. Like, okay. Ah, that time was nothing. Now that makes me wonder about this in progress one. Did I really just get, like, 3 times the same thing in a row? Or is it really determined? Yeah, that looks like that part's determined. Yeah. Well, that's the problem. That's the thing about odds. Odds are not in our favor. But I'm impatient. I don't want to have to wait around to craft a ton of these uh, items. We got nothing. You know what? This, goodbye. It's in the way. Launchy. Launchy! I haven't been keeping count of how many times we've launched so far, so, It'll happen when it happens, and I'm probably just gonna sit here until it happens, or at the very least until another copper happens. Because frankly, I don't got all day for this at the moment. If I need to do this again later for uranium, then I will. But at the very minimum, I need copper so that I can continue through copper technology and get some more robot speed. Robot speed would be very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. We have launched and we have gotten just a sandstone. La dee 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 da dee do. It's possible it's rolling for like the minute, like every frame ish, maybe. So it could have been there was a period I was actually inserting the thing at the exact same frame on the exact same RNG seed. So if that's even how it works. So that gave me uranium, bauxite, and iron. Loadies. La dee 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 da. Wait a sec. Throw it in. That gave uranium and iron. We're looking for uranium and copper. I haven't even seen a copper. I haven't even seen a copper here. Next time we get copper, I'm just gonna take it and move on. The uranium can just that can wait a bit, but this needs to. I need copper first. That's not copper. That's not. I don't want to save. I want to load. So if I throw the thing in immediately after the save and I don't walk around, what are we gonna get? Nothing is the answer. We get nothing. And this time, are we going to get nothing again? We got nothing again. Is that deterministic behavior? If we reload again, and then as soon as I get control, I throw the thing in, and I don't move, are we going to get nothing again? Is this how the RNG is rolling? How is the RNG iterating? If we get nothing again, okay, we got something that time. We actually got something, so okay, it doesn't appear to be. Ah, interesting. Doesn't appear to be based on whether or not I move. That's what I've eliminated at this point. That was nothing. Interesting. Wait. It's most likely based off of frames. Counting frames. That gave the 1 iron again. Or it's a combination of movement and frames. We're learning things. How does the game calculate? How does it determine the actual randomness? How does the game define random? Because nothing is truly random. The only thing truly random in the universe is, you know, some quantum effects stuff popping in and out of existence. That's like the only true random in the entire universe. Everything else is deterministic, according to physicists, anyway. It's not Copper Game. It's not Copper Game. That's a uranium, and not a copper. Ideally, we get both, but, you know, at this point, we've spent too long working on this. I will stop the moment we get copper so that I can actually, you know, show how the mechanic works. That sounds like an idea. And the copper is a little bit more immediately relevant to me as part of my immediate goals, so it's not Copper Game. How many times can we fail a 1 in 10 in a row? That's the question. How many 1 in 10s can we fail in a row? I'm pretty sure we've already failed more than 10 times at getting copper. Which, yeah, the further and further we go on, the less and less likely it will be that we continue to fail. Nothing! Great. Gotta love the nothing rolls. Ugh. Hope you like rocket launches. These rocket launches here. Hope you like seeing rockets launch, cause we've launched a few of them. Over and over and over and over again. Come on, just give me the copper. Just give the copper. We've seen it a couple times already, but just give the copper. Give copper. I swear, if it gives both before I see the next copper, like if the next copper is with a uranium, I will be very upset. Like, you made me wait for both. Ah, goodness. Come on, you. Just give copper. It's given me more uranium than copper over time, despite them being the same odds. Again? Double nothing? Double nothing. I mean, I guess the likelihood of getting nothing is actually relatively high. But, I mean, you would think you would get something, right? Oh, I have another miner. I forgot that I have 2 miners. The issue is that I don't have the ability to launch the rocket twice. That gave me Jackal. Glorious. Thanks. Load. But yeah, in order to get nothing, you have to fail a 30 220s and 310s in a row. Which, yeah, I mean, chances are you do get something. But we just failed quite a few times in a row. Thanks. You're actually building the next rocket? Interesting. That is not copper. Someone should count how many times we end up launching this stupid thing. How many reloads it's taken. On the hunt for both. Oh yeah, we got nothing again. In case you're wondering, we got nothing again. As I've said, the odds of getting nothing they exist, but it's not as bad. It's not a 70%, as it may seem on the face of it, because it has to roll, because each odds are rolled individually. Each item is rolled individually, and you would have to fail all those times sequentially to get nothing. The chances are you get something. We're done. We're done. I'm not doing this again. No. I'm not gonna do this again. Screw the uranium. You take that. Launcher thingy madoohickey. Oh goodness, yes, the remote for you, the remote for you. This. Where do we want this ore patch to exist? Wonderful question. Where do I want the ore? I think... I think I want it, like, here-ish. Let's make it, trying to think of where I want the station. Let's put it... Oof. 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 Difficult decision is difficult for me. Let's put it there. And we'll mine here. And I will not mine that. We have launched it. It's on its way. It is on its way. It's almost there. We've almost done it. That should have cleared the checkpoint, by the way. BTW, that cleared the checkpoint the moment I used it. And there it is. Hello. Our cute little copper with 1.3 million copper. Ta-da! It's pretty. It's glorious. It's realistic. Thanks to the Realistic Ores mod. Right, where was I? Here. Ta-da! Let's, let us go and let us finish the biochem stuff over here. So we can continue working on biology. I needed 22 of these, yeah? Yep. 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 Ba, 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 ba. Okay, how do I want you, and where is this guy? Here. And then it's solids, input solids, and output. Boxed input solids. So we've got our chem at biochem, and we have our electrical at biochem. Why we need electrical prototypes for this, I do not know. That makes no logical sense to me, really. So that's that. we have our biochemistry samples. They will exist. I will not be boxing them. No, no, no. Unless they come out boxed. They are not boxed. Okay, good. Good! Glorious. Bling! First biochemistry sample at 229 hours. This will be definitely very, very limited. In fact, so limited. So limited that I'm going to actually have this move once we hit 50. Ta-da. What? Oh, item stack size is 20. Huh. Alright, then I don't need this. It'll be 40 units. And I'm gonna head over here so I can grab these guys. Best song in the game. And then I have to figure out where I'm going to have a factory that will process this science. Probably here. This way. Because there's going to be a lot of different types of science packs that need to be created, and I'll have to go to a singular location. Gosh, and it's also going to be competing with my tech as well, my tech progression. But my progression, though, I wanted to get into biology today, but that is highly unlikely. We did basic biochemistry today. We have built the building blocks of life today. That's what we have done. Is we got the building blocks of life. So next time we meet on Sunday will be actual life. We will be making life. Life shall exist. Isn't it glorious? Life shall exist in this base. How many module slots do you happen to have? 4. Okay. That is 24% productivity. .24% productivity from a 40 items standpoint will mean that those 40 items equal 49.6. Which is not 50. Which, I don't know if you know this, but 49.6 is not 50. Not at all. is that a number that is equal to 50? So, yeah, it would need another train load in before the first tech can complete. So that's gonna suck. Oh yeah, and the bacteria is gonna make methane for me. That's actually pretty nice. As long as I can provide it with cellulose over time. Right, and I need to do like abiotic sugar to get cellulose at the moment. Sugar and solvent to make that cellulose. You have to like abiotically make sugar to feed your bacteria and have additional like sugar for the bacteria with the cellulose and provide it mineral dust to get infinibacteria. You will need these protocells from all the stuff that we're making for the biochem samples. This will probably be at the biochem samples to make these protocells, and we have to like pyrolyze the graphite byproduct from this to try to get rid of it. We will need to make the genome, which will require astronomical data boxes. Great, and then you need the genome to get the initial bacteria, and you need to do this 6 times to start the process of breeding them. And once you've done all of that, well, then you get to work on algae. You get to take your bacteria genome and upgrade it into the algae genome. You'll need this algae progenitor made from scratch, and you'll need this guy made from the progenitors for the actual algae. You'll need to do that several times so that you can get the spores, which will give you cellulose, by the way. And then spores grow up into additional algae, and this is the basic loop between our children and adults. And then excess spores can be disposed over time. That's a way to get wastewater. Cough, cough. Yeah, alga culture drones. Yeah, those are a thing. You take a progenitor and you get spores and you put them in the thing and it makes algae on water, seed water with algae. Choose shallower coastal waters and spread out from other algae. Okay, sure, great, thanks. We need another remote. Another remote for this. Then the algae itself is used to make the microbiology samples. Because, this thing is just the spores and the progenitors, so once you've gotten enough of these things built, you don't need to make any more of them once you've cleared the checkpoint, because this is the thing that clears the checkpoint. Or clears the, mission, the objective. Mission objective is to make these drones and deploy these drones, which also need bacteria barrels. So you are simultaneously deploying bacteria and algae into the water. And once you've done this enough times, it should clear that objective for you and you won't have to do it anymore. And you'll also have, like algae in the water through the, I guess it's similar to how it's done with other mods. Quote unquote, other mods, yes. Microbiology samples. Will then lead us into like the botany stuff. We will be led into botany. Note that we're going to end up with a bunch of excess cellulose up here, so we need something to do with cellulose. And there you go, you can make fertilizer. You can make fertilizer. Nitrogen chemistry, oh boy. Botany, and can we like do stuff with excess cellulose out of here? in this, because that would be great. We have botany specimens, the specimenes. We have, there we go, cellulose and oxygen into graphite and CO2. We can burn it with this tech, and we need to get to this tech. We will need to get to this tech. You can also create oil out of fatty acids and glycerol. Oh boy, and here we have sugar from cellulose with hydrochloric and caustic. Okay. Grass seeds into cellulose. Where's trees? Where trees at? Oh, twee. Twee, glorious twee. Yes, woodworking. Woodworking area here. Produces insulation boxes from wood. Wood, glorious wood. Gib wood. Yes, tree gib wood. And cellulose and twee seed. You can convert wood to cellulose, and then I'm hoping somewhere in here there should be a way of dealing with cellulose. You know? Let's look at all the ways in which we can use cellulose. Cellulose gets used here and in progenitors and for a bacteria thing, and a cellulose pyrolysis recipe that gives you carbon fiber. The main thing is sugar, but is there even a better way of getting sugar? Nucleotide metabolism can give sugar and other things. You can mill grass into cellulose and sugar, and then sugar into, or then cellulose into more sugar. I guess that's a way. Ah, yes, there's latex rubber, which also gives sugar. Cool. Byproducts! Don't you love byproducts? I love byproducts. Byproducts are awesome and magnificent stuffs that we have to deal with at all times. Our biochem at bioscience. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like regular. Da 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 ba da 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 ba da da da. Okay. Speed of these is probably excessively slow. It's 1.6. How does that compare to these guys? Yeah, excessively slow. Extremely. So, bacon. We must bacon the everything. bacon. And that's bacon 3. Bacon. 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 Some are 156 and some are 252, but that doesn't matter so much. Speed, base speed is still pretty slow. I could add additional bacon coverage, but nah. Like, I could large. We could have some large bacon around here. Some very large bacon indeed. But, it's better. I'll go with better. Oh, right. No boxing. Thou shalt not box. Unless I know that it's coming in as boxed. Well, what are we gonna do for 45 more minutes? Now that that is, like, sorta ready. And now that I am, in fact, getting these samples, glorious samples. Oh, really? Red. I see red here. Why are you red? Why are you red? Not enough ECH. Figured as much. We don't have enough ECH. Oh, back cracking time. Let me tell you, when I was in school, we had those hard plastic chairs that we had to sit in for our desks, our desk tables. Just a chair with a side table that could swing over you, and that's your desk, rather than having an actual desk in front of you. Those chairs, uncomfortable, but the one thing they had going for them is that they are hard plastic at the correct angle that you could just take that little desk in front of you, sit up straight with the backing in your back, and just push the table and push your back into the back of the chair, and just immediate relief as your spine just everything cracks. As everything cracks. It was always nice being able to crack my back on with those chairs. That was a long time ago. Not really, but, you know, long enough time ago. Oh, God. Graduation from high school was 2009. So it has been 14 years since I ended high school. Anyway, we're back at the mall. What are we going to do here? Is that thing ready for launch again? Shall we do the thing? I think we are probably going to do the thing again. We're going. We are going. Because we have at least one more of these. We have 2! Alright, well, we're making these these asteroid miner ones fast enough. We're just not getting the rockets ready fast enough, and that will require me to do to make that rocket fuel factory. Ideally at the rate at which I want it to go, which is for 30 rocket fuel per second. But God, that's going to take so much. That's going to take so much effort. That's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to be a lot of work for scroll down for this factory. A few highlights about this factory. One is that this factory uses 33.9 aluminum wires boxed. 33.9 boxed aluminum wires. So that's actually 5 times as much of that for regular wires. It also needs 3.3 boxed dynamite or explosives, which, yeah, that's going to need a bit more ECH. We had a preview of that at the biochem samples. And yeah, that's like the biggest part of this. It's 2K ammonia, but I can scale my ammonia and I can scale the hydrochloric acid. That's not the hard part. And I guess I need to break down the nitric in here because I make that local and I have to like get this oxygen. I guess I already had that there for oxygen. Yeah, everything else is okay. It's a lot of sodium hydroxide. That 4.8 boxes, again, that's 5 times that. I do not have the 1.6 methanol canister box. So I would need to scale my methanol, scale my rubber a lot, and scale my wire boxes, my aluminum wire boxes, a lot. And I would need to have a dedicated iron oxide. More dedicated iron oxide. I have something that's providing like excess iron oxide at iron ingot processing, the first main factory that I actually have to rebuild. But yeah, getting a dedicated set of iron oxide online. And of course, all this will be, you know, not boxed on trains. And I will box it local at the station. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of stuff, of inputs that I do not have at the moment. I do not have the throughput of these inputs. I have these inputs. I have all of these things available to me. I think I have to put the methanol canisters like on a train, / build another methanol canister factory, because that stuff eats benzene and methanol. I can't just like move methanol and just can it, because it also needs benzene and oxygen. I think something along those lines anyway. But or hydrogen, I forget what. It's something. Couple of fluids combined to make those fuel canisters for methanol. Yeah, it's just lots of stuff. Lots of throughput of things to get 30 rocket fuel that's just going to end up boxed again at my mall, but whatever. It's fine. The reason why I want 30 is because, well, I do need quite a bit for these launches. I need to try to get like multiple of these silos online. I need multiple silos online for my science. Like in the first instance, I need a lot for my science, but I need to continuously make these things, make rockets launching the asteroid miners so I can continuously have enough copper to last the whole time. I like that tooltip because it tells you exactly how many guide drones you need to launch for your mission. It is 20, and it is 12 uranium. All right. And we have 3 of those now. Great. Save the game. Time for the uranium. Oh my god. I hear it. I hear it outside. Our recycling has gone through. Is going through right now. The recycling truck. The normal schedule for recycling pickup was yesterday. And it is now past noon the next day. And our recycling is going through. That is the latest they have ever been to pick up the recycling. Alright, so this time we actually need the uranium, so of course the game is not going to give me any uranium for the next 20 minutes, so be prepared. Strap in. I mean, honestly, for all of this stuff that I'm doing here, it's just a, like, matter of time to produce all these things. It's just, we're trying to speed up the process a bit. Because it's not like I don't have any rocket fuel that I'm making. I am making some amounts of rocket fuel. I just need a lot more rocket fuel. Wow. Double nothing. Double nada, 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 nadas. Go, go, rocket. Go, go. Give me. Find uranium for me. You need to find me an asteroid of uranium. Uranium enriched asteroid for me to drop on the planet. Three times, nothing in a row. Three times, we have gotten nothing. I just want the uranium so I can clear this checkpoint for the uranium. Watch, the moment it gives me uranium, it's also going to give me a copper, and I will be even more upset than I would have been previously. Alright, that's just a sandstone. Like, it would just be the worst, like, most ironic outcome where it would actually give me both a copper and a uranium when I'm just trying to get the uranium because I already gave up trying to do that exact thing earlier, and when I got copper, and it was only copper on that round that we got. Hey, thank you. And it's only uranium this time. Alrighty then. We got our uranium guide. Go ahead and... or our uranium drone, and now we need to guide this to wherever I want to do the uranium shenanigans. Where shall I uranium? Just an arbitrary choice of spot, really. Wherever there's a place I can mine it, really. That's the copper, so we'll do the uranium there. Ta-da! We have used it. You've completed uranium ore assay. Let us watch as it goes to that location and gives another thing that looks exactly like this, except it'll be uranium of approximately, I think approximately the same density. What is the ore density going to be? Because this was 1.3 million, that's quite a bit. How much uranium ore is going to spawn once the thing lands? Kaboom! 645k, so about half. Half as much density as the copper. And hey, realistic ores is doing its job. Very muted colors here. For the uranium, it doesn't glow as much. And it's a more sickly green. So, that being done, we will have access to uranium processing and nuclear power 3, which this is a little bit better, I think, for actual nuclear power generation. Technically simpler to harness nuclear fuel than fusion. Duh. Relies on uranium, which is not normally found on the surface of the planet. Yes. And this is still 4 gigajoules of fuel value that will produce 220% vehicle acceleration, though not all vehicles can use, not all things can use fission cells. And this is going to produce yellow cake and iron oxide when you reprocess the spent result. That leads back into the uranium and enriched uranium. And you need sulfur, or sulfuric acid, and caustic solution to process. Yikes. You have to do something with that iron oxide. You gotta do something with a byproduct. Oh, noes. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I would like this, though. I would very much like antimatter. The antimatter. The most anti of antimatter. We will need to make fission cells and breeder cells, which means fusion cells as well, for all of this, to get into the antimatter, the most anti of matter. Anyway. That being done, I guess there's nothing else to do but to work on getting into the rocket fuel. Left click to handcraft this item. No thanks. So the algae, grass, and trees don't need there to be any oxygen, because they will make oxygen, all 3 of them. Worms will need you to be at 30% before you can start really using them. Fish will need to be at 60, and the regular biters will be 80%. But I think by the time we get there, we'll be at 100. We'll have cleared this very easily. The very last thing we do will be launching the 10 probes, I think. Alright, we should have stuff now, so I can go back. I can go up here. The rocket fuel factory. I will build this rocket fuel factory, even though I know that I do not have enough stuff to properly feed it to run it at 100%. And then my mission going forward will be getting the stuff that I need at the proper scale to actually support it. There we go. That should be everything that I need off of the trains. And I'm going to build this from the end and work my way backwards, I think. Because the end is going to be a pretty big 85 of these stupid buildings. Actually, it uses so many solid inputs that I don't think I should do it this way. That's a lot of belt to run to get it up here, but whatever. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Goodness, it looks like it's gonna rain. Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 belts of input and a belt of output. Yep, we're gonna do that thing again. Oh, boogers. We're gonna do this thing. Ugh, erg, arg. You. There, there. Oh boy. Repeat, a lot. Repeat times a ton. That's 10. How do I want to divide 85? 5 rows of 17. Alright. That should be 17. Yes. Yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. 17. 17 will produce how much? Okay, wastewater. You will void here. That tiles, not those tiles. Great blueprint. Ah, that is the one downside of this particular water fill mod, is that it will not let you water fill over um, ores. It's good on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's not. It's great to not accidentally anything, but then again, most of the time you'll purposefully be doing it, so. Well, that is 85, huh? Yep. I don't think that it's very conducive to use. It's not really going to be easy to do the thingies, substations, so. Power poles it shall be! Power poles it shall be. Beautiful, glorious, wonderful power poles. Well, that took a few resources, huh? Yeah, that was just a few pipes. Just a few piped grounds. Buzz, Dolly up here. There's Ollie. Hey, I see my Ollie. Dolly. There's Dolly. How about my boy? Where's my boy? Ollie. Ollie under my desk. Mr. Cat. Abba dabba. Mr. Cat, come on. Gonna go say hi? Come say hi. Mr. Cat, come say hi. You need to get out from under there so I can pick you up. Oh, big boy. There he is. There's my Ollie. There's a big boy. That's a big Ollie. Yes, Mr. Cat. Big Mr. Cat, yes. Oh, you want to get away? You want to get away from me? Dabba dabba. Here, come on, go over here. Oh, right. The whole time I haven't even had my cat cam even, like, hooked up. Camera on. Camera on. Hello. Hello, Ollie. Hello, big boy. That's the baby. That's the baby right there. Hey, Ollie. Ah, yeah, because I was using it for actual pictures yesterday. Because yeah, if you notice, some of the stuff behind me changes on occasion. I switch out some stuff, but in particular, I was setting up an Etsy shop for my 3D printed stuff yesterday. I begun the process and got 10 listings made, but I will need more. I will need more. It's just unfortunate that, like, the first thing that I might ever sell on Etsy, I'm not going to actually really see any money from it because it's all going to go to pay for the listing fees. Yep. That's the problem with Etsy. The one problem compared to eBay is that listing things on Etsy costs 20 cents per listing. You get no freebies. eBay lets you list like over 100 things for free every month. Maybe, I think, or is it 250? I forget. You get a lot of free listings on eBay. But overall, Etsy does have lower fees than eBay. Just so as we're clear about this, overall, Etsy does not charge as much as eBay does in terms of overall percentage of the sales. It doesn't eat as much. Yeah. Although Etsy also does not have a decent photo editor. That was slightly problematic. At least with eBay, they let you can adjust brightness and contrast on your files. That is not the direction I think I want that to go. And then on Etsy's version of the photo uploader, all that you can really do is crop. It's all you get is cropping. No brightness adjustments or contrast adjustments. So I'm like, that's not good. That's not good, actually. Oh, and then the kicker is that not only do you have to pay 20 cents for your listings, you have to pay 20 cents every 4 months to keep your listings. Hey, Ollie, where you going? Where you going, big boy? Where are you going? You gonna bother your sister? Where are you doing up there? Up on top of that bookcase. And you have to pay 20 cents every single time an item sells if you have a multi-item listing. So if you're selling multiple of an item, you will pay that 20 cents for every single item for that listing. So yeah, it is basically just a flat fee for having things listed and up there on Etsy, on top of another flat fee that you get for like processing fees. It's like another 25 cents on processing. So it ends up being like in total for US sellers on Etsy. Where are you? I know I wrote this down somewhere. I wrote this down somewhere. 9.5% plus 45 cents is Etsy's fees in grand total between the transaction fee and the payment processing fee and the listing 20 cents and the other flat fee of the payment processing fees. That's not exact. It's close enough because they split a transaction fee based off of not sales tax, and then the payment processing fee includes sales tax. Like, what, really? With eBay, it's all inclusive on their fees. Like, the total cost of the sale, including sales tax, is what gets fees. Like, why am I paying fees on top of fees? Like, why are you allowed to charge fees on top of tax? Like, what? Like, what? Like, why are you allowed to effectively tax a tax? Because that's basically what it is. They are taxing a tax. Like, what? And it's the payment processors. It's on the payment processor side. It has nothing to do with like eBay or Etsy. Like, this is part of the payment processor fees. They are the ones, and they're just passing it on. They are passing on that fee, which is based on the grand total, including taxes. I think that's how that's going. What am I even? What am I even? A bag of mostly water. That's what I am. How many solids in? 3. Okay, that's that. We have to dump. Dump the wastewater. It needs power. These are power pole 4s, by the way. If you haven't noticed, I upgraded to power pole 4s couple stream, like last stream before, something like that. Somewhere along the line, I switched out to level 4 power poles. And I do have the level 3 substations. Okay, now I need the nitric. Do I want to make the nitric next, or do I want it to actually be like the wires, the red wires? I think I want to do the red wires, since that one is used here, and I think it's only 2 items in and 1 item out. Yeah. That would be for the best. Then I can do the nitric. Oh goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Do you eat hydrogen? The hell uses... Oh, it's all you. It's all you at the end. Okay. Sure thing. Fortunately, these pipes are capable of handling this throughput. These pipes can handle 2,400 per second across 40 segments. I'm a little worried about the hydrogen, but... if I do split this way... that'll be good enough. And priority turbines, it shall be. How many priority turbines? Actually, probably not this many. 1408. 1408 times 4? I need 2. The reason why I need 2 is that the maximum consumption is 1,200 per second. It will not produce the full 6 megawatts of output. It will cap at 1,200 per second of fluid, and the rest will go into the next turbine and get used there. Because someone thought it would be a fantastic idea to have it behave that way. In a way that I find to be incredibly stupid. I'll probably need pumps for these. Or want pumps for these. And the reason I want the pumps here is because these allow backflow. And that sort of sucks, so any way to get it consistent motion. Why, hello again, Mr. Cat. Hello, Mr. Cat. Mr. Ollie. Yeah, Mr. Ollie. That's my boy. That's the big Ollie right there. Big comfy Ollie. Yeah, he's soft. He's soft, but I do want like your sisters or more. I do prefer the long hair to pet the long hair, but he's the one who's always around, so he's the one I end up petting the most. Yes, big boy. Yes, big boy. You're the one who demands the most pets around here. And you are soft. You do feel good to pet. You do feel good to pet. It's just that she feels better. It's just that your sister just feel better. Yes, big boy, big chest. That great big chest. Yes, you're big. You're big kitty. Okay then, water. It needs some wawa. Please tell me that water is not a byproduct of any process in the— oh god. How much is actually spent on you? 3,452. Okay. Oinky. Unfortunately, because of that other output, I can't. Okay. New plan. That there. That there. I will finish this off stream, by the way. I will be continuing this. Because this is technically something that we have already made. If you're wondering why I've done this way, blame pipe mechanics. Pipe mechanics suck, that's why. Because pipe mechanics are a thing that are not nice. They're not kind. And I think that I need it. Probably don't need as many pumps as I have here, but, you know, better safe than sorry. I know that this works and produces half the throughput of a pump overall. Of the 9600, it produces half of that, which is more than I need. Anyway, so that is part of the build. We still need the glycerol part and salt. Glycerol and salt. Glycerol should be next. I can copy that from here. How many buildings do I need for the glycerol? And it's also not that recipe, it's this recipe. Oh, it is just the two. Whoopsies. Alright, we'll get that done. Get that placed. Alright. That be that. And that. So then it's just salt, I think. I think it's just salt. So it needs brine. The 478 brine from 4 of these, from 5 of these. How much waste? Not much. How much water? 14. Okay, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Seawater in. I don't have enough pipe to grounds to complete this, but you get the idea, I hope. How much steam each? Alright, that makes sense. Oh, great. This makes saline, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's cycling the saline. Uh, not that one. That one. Pump in, out, there. This, that. Okay. And then, how much saline is moving through here? Oh, it's not that much. That's fine. That's fine. Fine by me. And it is outputting down. And out. Alright. That, as they say, is that. That is all of the infrastructure placed for the factory. Is that all of it? I think that's all of it. That's the whole factory placed. Not moving. Haven't done any of the logistics to give everything its inputs yet, but that is the factory. We've got the 85 rocket fuel, we've got the 9 explosives, the 2 red wires. Down here, we've got the salt boxes, the salination, desalination for the salt, the glycerol, the electrolysis, and the water for the electrolysis, and the nitric acid. Yes, we have everything. That is where I am going to be ending things for the day, folks. What have we got done today? Well, we launched a couple of cheesy rockets. We launched a couple of cheesy rockets in order to get into some copper and uranium to have access to those ores and to clear those checkpoints. We also cleared a checkpoint that required us to consume spent breeder cells and one that required us to consume high pressure steam. We cleared those checkpoints. We also set up biochemical samples. We have built the building blocks of life on this planet. We have built the building blocks of life, as well as produced our asteroid-based ores. We've done the things that I thought I was going to get done today. At this point, going forward, I am going to let the game run, get through as much tech as I can, and finish this factory that we're working on to scale up rocket fuel. And when we meet next time, we will be processing copper. We will process copper next time. That is necessary. I definitely must get this for insulated wire from copper wire. That's just duh. And I need to get eventually here. I need to get here for the logic circuits from copper wire. That is also extremely necessary. Extremely necessary. We must get to that point, but we will need to consume 2000 processor 3s in order to get there, so we'll need to make those. Will we be able to do this on Sunday? No. Probably not, because it will require me to get this technology, and we're going to be making the copper and getting through this checkpoint next time. So in order to process 9,000 science of tech, I don't think that's going to happen next stream. So probably the stream after, and that's where I will be able to consume the things in making of modules and get this tech going on. 15,000 science to unlock this tech, but it is extremely important. It is quite important to get there. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a Talking Show, but if you've enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you've not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/talkingshowboat if you are so inclined and able. I will be back with more on Sunday. I hope to see you all then.